Hello and welcome back to Boyd's Blue Alpine Freeze Drying channel. Today I have about 20 pounds of oranges that I will be freeze drying. I peeled them and just separated them into wedges the best I could, and I'm just going to try to freeze dry those. So I will first show you the lemon or the orange wedges before they're frozen, and then I will start the freeze dryer. We'll freeze those and dry them overnight, and then we'll check back when they are all dried and package them up, show you how they work. These are the oranges. I just did some orange wedges. So I've got the two types of orange. These are blood oranges. So I just peeled them and cut them into wedges, and I'm just gonna freeze dry all these orange wedges. So this is what they look like before they go in, and then I will show you the settings here. Let me show you the hours that we are going to be using to freeze dry these oranges. I'm using the fruit settings. I did modify the settings for the amount of freeze time. So where the freezing time is 6.5 hours, I left that. The drying time, it was 22 hours. I bumped it to 24 and then realized that that would, it's now 7:30 at night. So with the 32 hours, that would leave me checking it at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So I just went ahead and added another 6. So now I can just let it go all night tonight. It'll be frozen by 2 in the morning, and then running 24 hours would take it till 2 in the morning the next night. And I just added another 8 hours from there so that I can check it at 9 or 10 on the day after. I'm going to continue here and make sure that the door is locked and closed, which it is, and the valve for the vacuum is closed, and so we'll continue that and that will start it. So we'll check back in I guess Tuesday morning when I wake up to package these up and put them away. So thank you for coming. I hope this helps, and we'll talk to you later. I have now come down to check on the oranges. You can see that they're all down. I mean, there's no coldness to any of them. They're all fully dehydrated. They've been for several hours. The only problem I'm noticing here is there's a lot of this the sugar has kind of bubbled up out of some of them. So that's a common problem with the juices. They tend to rise up like that with, like fruit juices, stuff like that. The last grapefruit had the same problem, but it still works really well. So the oranges, orange wedges look really nice. They're very dry, really flaky, and this one had one blood orange in it, and then the rest just regular orange or navel oranges. So now I just need to weigh these, get their weights recorded, and then put them in bags. So let's show you how I do that. I'm just going to spray it with my sanitizing Lysol spray and wipe down my, clean off all the sugars and the stuff from my stainless steel table. Get that as clean as I can get it. Microfiber cloth to dry it all off, and that will clean this, and I'll wash it again before I put anything else on it. So I've already washed and put away my my scale, and so just standard practice after every batch. I wash my table, wash down the freeze dryer, clean everything up, sanitize it, and then have it ready for the next batch. Okay, so I just basically have zeroed out the weight of this bag. In this case, it's a 2-quart Mylar bag. Let me go ahead and drop, as I'm doing these, I'll just drop in one oxygen absorber per item as I do these. And mark the weight here. Okay, so this is the blood oranges. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill up my last bag of blood oranges. I'm gonna have one tray of these, so a little bit darker color orange than the bright orange ones. So I might get 2 bags out of this. I don't know. And I just like giving when I heat seal my bags, I just like to get a double seal just to make absolutely sure that I've got a good seal on it. So I usually just take it right above. I try to follow the tear line because there's a tear line on each bag, so I go right about where that tear line is, and then one right above it, and that's just enough to give me a good dark seal, or a good seal all the way across. And I just double it up just in case one of them doesn't quite seal, in case the Ziploc separates. It'll just keep it sealed much longer than I will, because I've marked the weight in grams on each bag, so I can kind of see this one had 95 grams of blood oranges on it. So I'll create labels. The labels, maybe I'll show you the labels because it shows the total grams of dry fruit. It shows how much the original weight was with the water, and it shows how much water was removed to get that dry weight. And so it kind of has instructions for rehydrating it. So if you want to get it back to the exact weight that there was for the fresh oranges, you could weigh the water and get the exact water weight. I usually find if you use less water than originally was used, it works. It works better because, you know, it'll absorb the water, and otherwise it gets a bit drippy and runny, which oranges were a bit drippy and runny too. You know, orange slices were dripping oranges, so, you know, if I go with full amount, I might have orange juice kind of sitting around the can, but if I just do a little bit less than that water, it absorbs enough to make it taste like the original orange. So anyway, so that is packaging and putting the absorbers in there and sealing it. So that's the end of that. I ended up with 7 bags of oranges. That's 2 bags of blood oranges, about 100 grams each, and then 5 bags, 2-quart bags of oranges, about anywhere from 200 to 300 grams of oranges in there. So altogether I ended up with about 1,340 grams of oranges, and that started off at about 6,300 grams altogether. So it was about 4 to 1, 4 parts of water, so about 80% of the fruit was water. So I now have about 20 pounds of oranges are freeze dried. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope you're enjoying this and learning something. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will get to them as I can. I hope that you're getting something from these videos. I hope that my mistakes are helping you. I am going to go print the labels for these. If you'd like to see the labels, see how I label them, let me know and I will, you know, explain my labeling process and explain, you know, maybe my record keeping, my note taking. You know, I've got a notebook here that's got every batch I've done is recorded in here. It shows the start time, the end time, shows the weight of before the weight, the after weight, the tray weight, and so I can basically calculate the exact amount of water, and I use that to pick the labels, because in 20 years I grab one of these bags of oranges, I'm not going to have any idea how much water came out of it. And you can always just add water a tiny bit at a time and rehydrate it, but it's also, if you want, especially for eggs or things like the German pancakes, easier if you know the exact volume of egg or water that came out of it. That way you can just add that exact water, stir it back up, and you'll have the exact thing. And that worked really well for my pulled pork sandwiches, knowing the exact amount of weight of water that came out of it. I just added that water, re-stirred it up so it was all absorbed into the meat, and it was exactly like the pulled pork before I put it in. So, you know, there are times when I want the exact weight. Some foods it doesn't matter, other foods it does. So, you know, if somebody would like me to do a video on the note taking and showing exactly what record keeping I do have, I would be happy to do a video on my record keeping and labels, and, you know, how I label these so that we can find them and how I store them. So that's a whole different process. Has nothing to do really with freeze drying the food, but it does have to do with the long-term storage of it. So I'm happy to do a video on that if somebody would like to see that. So anyway, thank you very much for coming to my channel. I hope you're getting something. If you are enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up. And if you know anybody who's interested in buying a freeze dryer, please share the idea of buying a Blue Alpine Freeze Dryer with them. I don't get anything for people buying. I'm not one of their distributors. I'm not a, I don't know, you call it sponsor or whatever. I don't get paid for sharing and getting people to buy Blue Alpine. It's just a product that I fully believe in, and I want to support their company because they are an American company, and I believe in them. I think they're, you know, I hope that they are able to succeed so they can stay in business for a long time, so I can keep buying products from them and keep buying maybe freeze dryers in the future if I get bigger and start doing more. I might want more. So I'm very happy with this dryer. I'm happy to share these videos with you. I hope you're getting something out of it. And thanks again for coming to Blue Alpine Freeze Drying channel. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.